When I talk about MotoEVO, I really worry that people think it's just another motorcycle that someone's trying to sell. Um, it's so much more than that. It's the culmination of 10 years of development, predominantly done at the racetrack, and a fair number of those at British Championship level. The journey began in 2014 when, with a colleague, we built a tubular framed chassis that had some very unique features. Um, and once we'd completed that bike in 2017, I was lucky enough to be invited to BSB to demonstrate the concept. Then it was of interest because everybody was aware that 600cc motorcycles were on their way out. Now, the result was we qualified pole position first time out, and we finished second in the main race on the Sunday. We could have finished first, but the politics of doing so really wouldn't have furthered the cause of what was then known as GP2. So for me, the most important thing that came out of all of that is that we did prove the concept that a low-powered engine, 128 brake horsepower, could keep up with a much more powerful engine using the advantage of an adjustable chassis, something that you could make really clear geometry changes to. Now, an example of that is this. If you're out there on a racetrack and you want to make your motorcycle turn faster, invariably what you'll do is you might shorten the wheelbase up a little bit, or you might just pull the forks up through the yokes and effectively change the trail figure on the front of your bike. That's fine. That's how we do it. That's what we do with production-based motorcycles. But have you considered right the way from one end to the other what you've done? So by moving the weight bias of the bike, you've pushed a lot more weight onto the front. And if you are at speed, you're going to notice that change. Have you compensated for it with your suspension changes? Have you considered that you will have lost some ground clearance? Have you considered that you've taken weight off of the back, that when you go to an undulating circuit like Alton Park, that could cause you some issues? The beauty with MotoEVO is that you simply change a spacer in the yokes and you can change the speed of turn of the bike without making all of those other effects. Sure, there are other bits and pieces, but that's the whole learning curve that you're going to go through. It's looking at motorcycles in a very, very different way to what we have been used to at racing level. MotoGP have known it for years. That's what their whole show is based on. But for our riders coming through, we need to demonstrate this. We need to give them time to learn this and familiarize themselves with it if they're ever going to walk into that MotoGP paddock and make an impact. So MotoEVO isn't just about some bloke making a motorbike and selling the parts to put food on the table. It's so much more. I am trying to change the way things go forward, not only for the sake of us producing a proper platform for riders to make an impact on the world stage and make us proud, but I'm also trying to show the industry that there is a cheaper way, a less expensive way, long term, of going racing than what we currently do. Now, I think the message is getting home because last year, BSB allowed certain geometry parts into the Supersport class. And this year, they've opened that up even more and allowed more geometry parts in. So people are getting the message. It does work. They haven't gone quite as far as Evo, and maybe they never will. But I hope to see in the future that we're breeding potential MotoGP world champions as opposed to just going racing. And the beauty of this product lends itself fantastically to the track day market. The longevity of that engine, in terms of not having to be refreshed constantly, just gives you all the power, all the performance, all the looks without all of the cost. So if you'd like to come on this journey with me, then please give this post a like, follow us, or more importantly, share it. Share it to all your motorcycle friends. And between us, we will get the message out there.